Well, howdy, partners, and welcome back to another wild time of Way Out West. Now, let's see what's going on in Rowdy Town. I am the sheriff, and I need to keep tabs on the ins and outs of what is going on. You know, I see some of my friends here, but I want to make sure I hear from everyone. So, on the count of 3, I want you to yell out your name to the screen. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of names. Well, hey there, Nolan. Good to see you. Oh, Connor, good to see you too. And Abigail, I'm so glad you joined us. I'm so excited you each decided to join us because we're continuing on our brand new series called Way Out West. Are you ready for a roaring, snoring, rootin', tootin' good time? Great. Last week, we discovered that Mayor Rowdy and this Harry Morgan feller are working together on some sort of plan to take over Rowdy Town. So take a gander at this here message we discovered last episode with a bag of money.
Dear Mayor Rowdy, it's a pleasure doing business with you. You won't regret it. Together with your foolproof plan, we'll rule above the Rowdy Town forever. Yeehaw! Signed, Harry Morgan.
That line about ruling the folks of Rowdy Town just don't sit right with me. It's high time we found out who this here Harry Morgan feller is. If only we had some sort of interwebs of information where we could look something up like this. There's this crazy guy in town named Mr. Google, thinks he knows a way of making all information in the world connected together into something he calls a pewter. Or something like that. Now, I'm not too sure what that is, but I got an iPhone that does a mighty fine job of holding my beans in place when I'm eating my supper. And coconuts. Lots and lots of coconuts go great with baked beans. But there is such a delicacy as the only place to get them is to order them from this other crazy guy in town named Mr. Amazon. Says he can get anything from anywhere in 2 days. Don't that sound ridiculous? And what? Why are you shouting at me? What do you mean Harry Morgan's a railroad tycoon? Now, where did you get your information? You been talking to that Google feller? But behind me? Oh, I see. Well, paint me green and call me a cactus. That's the answer. Y'all are pretty good detectives. I have half a mind to make you rangers like in the last episode. Seemed to work out all right. Oh no. If he's a railroad tycoon, that means he's like super rich. I bet he's got like $10 or something like that. He can get any help he needs. Do y'all know what that means? We're doomed! No, it's true. All right, that's it. We're done. Time to go. I already packed up some of the stuff we needed, and we gotta hightail it out of here soon to try to beat that afternoon heat. What do you mean, no? No, I don't think you understand. He's got everything. We've got nothing. Have you forgotten that Mayor Rowdy is working with him, and that they have a plan to take over Rowdy Town? It's hopeless. We're better off just finding jobs working on his railroad. Hang on a minute. I think you're right. I am still the sheriff, and the people of Rowdy Town are dependent on me. And I plumb forgot about the Bible the last sheriff gave to us. He shared a Bible story with us last time that helped us out. I wonder if there's another one. There is! He wrote that these stories would help us if and we're ever in a pickle. And this seems to be like a whole heap of pickles. I think if we hear this Bible story, it'll make us feel better about this whole thing.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. Well, I come from Alabama with a guitar on my knee. You know, trusting God with your life, it ain't always easy. No, sir, but it sure is important to do. If you recollect, I told you about this old boy named Moses, starting out when he was just a little feller, and how God cared about everything that had ever happened to him. You know, that didn't change for Moses when he got older, not a chance. Later on in his life, Moses spent his days taking care of his father-in-law's sheep. Seems pretty ordinary if you ask me, but that was all about to change. Because one day, while Moses was with all of his sheep, he went up on the side of this mountain. And sure enough, as he was walking, he stumbled upon this bush that was on fire. Wouldn't you know it though, the bush didn't burn up. As he moseyed on over to get a closer look, God spoke to Moses from that bush. He couldn't believe his ears, but he was listening for sure. God told Moses that he knew about the trouble his people, the Israelites, were having, and that he had heard their cries for help. God then said that he would save his people by taking them from Egypt and leading them to a good land where they would be free from all of their troubles. But there was just one thing. God told Moses that he wanted him to go to the Pharaoh and ask him to free all the Israelites from being slaves and let them leave Egypt. Well, Moses wasn't ready to hear that sort of talk. He had doubts. I reckon he worried that Pharaoh wouldn't even listen to him, or even if he did, would the Israelites want to follow him in the first place? So wouldn't you believe it, Moses still protested. And even though God promised to use all of his great power against Pharaoh, Moses was still saying things like he wasn't good at speaking on account that he stuttered a bit, and maybe God should just go and get somebody else to do it. Well, God decided to give Moses some help, and he gave him his very own brother Aaron. Well, Moses called Aaron up to speed on everything, all that had happened and all that God wanted him to do, and the two proceeded to round up all the Israelite leaders, and they explained exactly what God's plan was for his people. They all trusted that God cared about what was going on, and then they bowed down and worshiped him. That was the start of getting those Israelites out of slavery. And even though it didn't make sense to Moses why God would choose somebody like him to save the Israelites, well, Moses learned that he could trust God with his life. And when you know that you can trust God with your life, well, that's a mighty fine way to live.
Tarnation. Even Moses doubted he could do what God was telling him to do. There were so many reasons Moses could have given up or chosen not to lead God's people out of Egypt, but Moses realized he could fully trust God with his life. Now, look, I know taking on a railroad tycoon seems scary, but just like God sent Aaron to help Moses, we're all here to help each other out. So what are we waiting for? Let's find those plans. Wait a minute. I need to Rangerfy you all to make it official. Now, don't forget, if you look on our Instagram page, your parents and other adults can print off a official, genuine Ranger badge for you to place on your chest. This will make you the law and lets you get into other places not everybody can get into. While you're waiting for your badges, I need to swear you into Rangerhood. So repeat after me. Raise your right hand. No, don't repeat that. Now repeat after me. Here we go. I state your name. Okay. Do hereby solemnly swear to uphold the law of Rowdy Town and to help the people of Rowdy Town against some scary railroad tycoon who might want to take over their tycooniness to make it tough for us to do our job, but we're going to do it, take care of Moses, because Moses trusted God, and we're going to trust God too. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's do it. We got to find these plans. Now, they probably look something like pieces of paper, and if the mayor knows we're on to him, he probably ripped them up into 4 pieces. We need to find the 4 pieces of the plan, and we'll be ready. So you take a gander on the screen, look. What? You see one? Where? Here? Great. That's the first piece. Another one? Well, you Rangers are good. Where's it at? Over here? Great. That's the second piece. Tarnation, you already found the third one? Where's that? Wow, you guys are really good. L-I-B, you found the final piece? Great. Let's put all these pieces together and take a gander at what it says. Yee-haw! This is great! And horrible! Mayor Rowdy has dried up the well and he's poked holes in all the water barrels in the entire town. There ain't a lick of water in this place. It says here that the mayor's going to hold the water ransom, and the only way people can get a drink is if they work on the railroad for free. I gotta get this to the county clerk, and quick, to make an arrest warrant. You wait here.
My dearest son, Buck, I've got an important task for you. You're trying to sabotage everything I've worked for. I want you to stop at nothing until their buzzard meet out on that trail. Make them pay for trying to derail my plans. Sincerely, Mayor Jasper Rowdy.
Oh, they'll pay. I'll stop at nothing.
It's okay now. We'll get an arrest warrant, and this whole thing will be over soon. It's too bad. Usually series like this last a lot longer, like 6 to 8 weeks. Oh well. What? Oh, I'm sure it's nothing. Didn't you hear? I got the arrest warrant all set. We'll be good to go. Now, in the Bible story, did Moses feel like he could lead the people out of Egypt at first? No, that's right. But God had a special purpose for Moses' life. But when Moses heard what God wanted him to do, Moses didn't believe he could do it. But God promised that he would be with him the whole time. And Moses realized that he could trust God with his life, no matter what happened. Just like Moses, we can trust God with our lives too. And that's exactly what we need to know today. So let's all say this together. I can trust God with my life. Let's say that again. I can trust God with my life. I think y'all got it. I'm so thankful to know that I can always trust God, whether I'm going through great things or going through hard times too. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have you join us again for Way Out West. We already solved our mayor issue, but maybe there's something else that will come up in which I'll need your help. And uh-oh. It looks like that town wildman, Playster McGamerson, is wanting to play another Wild West duel. You know, The Wild West is full of all kinds of duels. So do you guys want to play? Great! Since we're way out west, we're dueling it out during game time. And today's duel is called Cactus Ring Toss. And here's how to play. Find something in your house that can stand in for a cactus. Maybe like a coat rack, or doorknobs, or knobs on a dresser drawer, something like that. Next, make a ring out of something soft and light. Pipe cleaners would make a really good ring. Finally, have a parent or a trusted adult take a video of you tossing those rings onto your pretend cactus and share it with us on Instagram. The person who can toss the ring the farthest just might get a prize. So make sure you tag us at Soul City Kids with the hashtag Cactus Ring Toss. That's gonna be a pretty wild duel, but no matter how wild things get, we all know that we can trust God with our lives. Now, I'm not sure what else to do with this series since the mayor has likely been arrested. Well, I guess we could start a new series, or... What? What's that? Oh, it's a sign. Let's take a closer look. Silver City? I think that sounds like a great place to go. What do you think? We'll have to find out in our next episode what happens on our way to Silver City. But before you go, let's bow our heads, close our eyes, and pray together. Jesus, thank you for caring for us and helping us see that we can always trust you. No matter what happens in our lives, help us to trust you in everything we do. We thank you and we love you. In your name we pray, amen. Great job, Soul City Kids. Remember to find your ranger badges and anything else related to Way Out West on our Instagram page. Just find us at Soul City Kids. Also, make sure your parents click the subscribe button on this here YouTube page so they know when the next episode of Way Out West is available. Also, go ahead and give this video a like too. YouTube really likes it when you like our videos. Have a rootin' tootin' good day, and we'll see you next time.
We're headed out west and we're all in this together. Giddy up, partner, it's time to go.